Today I'm making a short video for those who are interested in getting a iPad 10-inch or iPad 8-inch in 2022. You should be able to get a relatively new iPad for around 260 or 300 on sale. But if you really have to buy a used iPad, here's the oldest version that you can get in 2022 that is still usable. For iPad 10-inch, my suggestion, again, this is just my own suggestion. You can do your own research on it, but I would highly suggest getting anything newer than an iPad Air 2 made in October 2014. So anything newer than that, i.e., in the newer iPad Airs or iPad Pros or iPad 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Those were all made 2015 or newer. Those are perfectly fine if you want to get used, but do not get an iPad Air 1 or an iPad 1, 2, 3, or 4. Those are literally obsolete. Now, for an iPad mini, it's a little more difficult. Those 8-inch iPads. The very oldest one that is suggested, I suggest getting if you are going to get something really old, is an iPad mini 4 that was released in September 2015. But really try to get something a little newer if possible. So an iPad mini 5 or iPad mini 6 is highly suggested, but you can still use iPad mini 4. Now, in terms of storage, that's a good question. I used to be one of those people that said, any storage is fine, but after having to deal with, my kids using iPads and iPads having issues with updates and stuff, where for some reason the iPad had issues and I needed to restore it, or even just updating it like normal. So I would suggest getting at least a 64 gigabyte storage iPad. I don't recommend 32 gigabytes because of an issue I ran in with where iOS was already taking up 10 to 12 gigabytes of storage, and there was some issue with it taking up even more than that. The system files were taking even more than that, and at one point it was taking almost like 20 gigabytes of storage. And for me to try to fix it, to run an update, it couldn't do an update, and because the storage was all taken up. And so after dealing with that, I realized just get about 64 gigabytes of storage, and if there's any issues, you won't have to run into worrying about is there enough storage to run an update or a system restore. So that's it. Those are the three things I wanted to mention in this video, and hopefully it's useful in 2022. 2023, it might be different. This stuff might be too old, so I'll update in 2023.